I'm convinced now more than ever that it's not the most talented person who succeeds. It's the one who is the last person standing. And, especially in an industry like the music industry, there are countless challenges. There's not structure, there's not a rule book or a set path of you pass this test, you get this promotion. Like I long for that sometimes because there's such a nebulous nature to the art of music and the art of making art. And I think for me, in this season of life, I just don't have the energy to do that which is not effortless. I have to just allow what is natural to come out. And in this season of life, the most natural thing is to just tell my story, is to live in the culture that I was born into, to celebrate my family, to celebrate my ancestry and where I come from. And that's what this music is. I grew up listening to country music, and my family who came to this country from Mexico, we listen to mariachi music, Tejano, and country music. And so that blend has just been in my bones for so long that it's really refreshing for it to come out.
And it's very cool that you're currently working on a debut Latin country album as well. That's set for release next year. The country genre seems like it's become such a place for experimentation now. I mean, even Post Malone is in country, Beyonce's gone country. Maybe Taylor Swift got out of country at the wrong time, although I think her pop career is working just fine for her, so I don't think she's maybe sad about it. But what do you think's happening in the country genre that is allowing people, including yourself, to bring some kind of new sounds and new parts of your personalities to that space?
Part of what my job is as a public servant, as an artist, is to step back and to observe the culture. What are we longing for? Where is something missing? Where have we been disappointed? Where have we been misled? And in the arts, what I see and what I experience myself is a hunger for authenticity like never before. What I've always appreciated about country music and Nashville, this amazing city that I get to live in, is there has always been a high capacity for and a great level of respect for honesty, for honest storytelling, being an honest man, being an honest woman, doing honest work. What the country genre does so well is it tells truthful stories and it raises up artists that are authentically telling their stories and their family stories. And I don't know, I think maybe that's part of why people are so hungry for that. I got to meet Post Malone at the CMAs a couple weeks ago, and I was able to walk the red carpet as the first ever Latin country artist to do a Spanish interview on the carpet with Telemundo, which is like, a Latina woman's equivalent of the BBC. And it was so special, and something that I witnessed both in Post Malone and meeting other artists is like, there is a reverence for those that have gone ahead in the country industry to pave a way and that have led it with honest storytelling, honest songwriting. I mean, the song that Post performed, he wrote about his daughter, and he wrote with some of Nashville's greatest songwriters. And I think as a community, people see that and they respect that. It takes a humility to leave a space that you were in and to come into a new space, willing to learn, willing to come up under those who have really paved the way. And I've gotten to experience that as an artist as well. I mean, the songwriting session I was just doing now was with this like renowned songwriter who saw what I was doing and DM'd me on Instagram and was like, I love what you're doing. Let's write a song together. I'm like, it doesn't get more authentic than that, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty special connection. And it's got to be, I don't want to be presumptuous, but the American country genre from the outside it kind of represents like the deeply white part of America in some respects. To be able to carve a space in that, as you've said, the first Latino American artist going down that carpet, doing what you're doing, that's got to feel pretty kind of patriotic in a new way almost.
It's part of my culture to step in with fear and trembling. I think every woman in my family, every matriarch, she carries such confidence and such dignity, but never demands anything of anyone. I've just never seen a spirit of expectation from any of my my family members. And that can be its own double-edged sword. But, I think in this situation, it applies. There are plenty of artists that have gone before me, artists like, Selena, artists who like Freddie Fender, who have brought their culture into the country genre. And there may not have been as many people who have walked down this path, but I think the timing is really, really special. I love my family. I love my heritage. I love where I come from. And part of what I love about where I come from is the hospitality and the open door policy and come one, come all. And that's the spirit that I want to bring into any space that I enter.